Hello. We're going to let everybody come in. Hi, hi, hi. I'm so excited. We have a super large group today, so we're going to give it a minute, vibe into the music, grab your journal if you have one. If you want to take notes, that's perfect too. But what we're going to do is use the comments as we're together in a workshop. I want you to ask questions, answer questions. We're going to go from the beginning. It's a super long workshop, but it's filled with lots of juicy info. So we're going to let everybody come in and then we'll get started. If you're excited, let me know, drop a comment. Can we hear okay? Yes. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yeah, you can hear me. Excited. Perfect. I'm going to make sure we're streaming into Facebook. Okay. We're going to do some techie stuff really quick. We've got Caleb over here on the other side of the room. He's going to be running the other Kiera account. He's going to admit people in. So if you need to leave and jump back in, no worries. So let's check and make sure we are good here. We're going to get rid of our music. We should be good. We can see the screen. Yes, perfect. Okay. All right, here we go. Yay, yay, yay. I can see comments. Perfect. How long is the workshop? It's probably going to be like an hour to 90 minutes. It depends on how chatty we get, but plan for about 60 to 90 minutes today. And then the replay is available for 72 hours inside of the Facebook group. So it's already streaming directly there. You don't have to wait for an upload or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get started. This is Momentum, the secret to sustainable success for boudoir photographers. If you do not know me, my name's Kiera Jones. I am first a wife and a mom to Cece. She's 2. She's amazing. She's a toddler. So I think it's really important to note that I'm not just a business owner. So I'm balancing the duality that a lot of us in here are. So I went full-time boudoir photographer in Indiana when I was 19. That's all I've ever done. I've never worked like a normal job. I started shooting weddings and families and seniors when I was 14. And then we legally opened the business when I was a senior in high school. And I think it was like 2015, went full-time boudoir, and it's been that ever since. So I also had a multi-6-figure business when I was 21. I feel like it's really important for me to just give an introduction. If this is your first time inside the Kiera portal, just pop it in the comments. Is this your first time doing anything with me? I see a ton of familiar faces, lots of people. Ooh, Felicia, Gina, Lexi, Andrea. I have to switch over and look at all of the names. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of us. Yay. So is this your first time? Are you new? How did you guys find me? Or have you been around for a little bit? First time. Oh, there's a bunch of us. Okay, this is good. Gina, I miss you. I'm so excited you're here. Yay. Okay, so like I said, let's give some background. So you're like, who the heck is this lady? What are we doing? Why should I trust you? So multi-6-figure by 21. I've been shooting boudoir for years. I've only ever been a photographer. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm doing all the things. Our studio average right now is 5,300. I opened a second 6-figure mentoring business, the coaching business, last year. And my entire purpose and mission is to help creative entrepreneurs like yourselves live your boldest life with expansion and gratitude and achieve all of your big dreams. So other things to note, we have done multi-6-figures, so over 300,000, even in 2020 during COVID, even in 2021 when I was on maternity leave, and then even when I opened a second business and restructured. So all of last year, we actually raised our minimum to 4,800 so that I could focus on the mentorship business and focus on Cece's toddlerhood. And then this year we relowered our minimum, let people back in. I'm shooting more. So throughout all of these ebbs and flows and all of these life changes and all of these world changes, we were able to maintain 300K plus. And the reason for that is because I've embodied momentum, I've learned momentum, and it's something that I've integrated into both of our businesses, and it helps me continue to grow and scale. So that's a little bit about me. I want to know, who's here? So intention is everything. I fully believe that you could take as many courses, you could do as many education workshops, trainings, etc. But if you don't set your intention, if you don't have a reason as to why you're doing it, we're just wasting energy. So in the comments, I invite you to share, where are you tuning in from? So where are you at in the world? What year are you in your boudoir business? Or if you're just a creative entrepreneur, there are parts of this that I'm sure you can implement into whatever business you're in. And then set your intention. What's your vibe for this workshop? What's your intention? What do you hope to get out of it? How do you want to leave feeling? Anchor in why you're tuning in today. And even if you're watching on the replay in the Facebook group, feel free to follow along in the comments so I can come back and ask questions later. So let me know in the comments. I'm going to read, check out who's here, and just get to know each other a little bit. Tina's from New Jersey. We've got Ohio, 5th year. I want to stay open and learn whatever I'm meant to. Ohio, Florida, another Ohio. My intention is to find those clients who value me and be booked up without worries. I love this. 3rd year, I'm looking to hopefully figure out how I can help myself gain more clients and be more consistent. Lexi's from Texas. Tina is a badass. Love Tina. Jess is from Tampa, Memphis. You've been in for a year and a half. I love this. Boudoir photographer for 2 years. Business is growing slowly, but I want it to be sustainable by spring of next year. You are in the right place. This is perfect. We're going to chat all things sustainability. I am so here for sustainable business growth. Yes, best months ever and super high cash months, days, years are super fun. And we love to celebrate them and we have so much gratitude for them, but we want sustainability so that you can grow, so that you can take a vacation, so that you can enjoy downtime with your friends, your family, your kids. So you are totally in the right place if you are here searching for sustainability. Oh my gosh, there's so many of us. Ohio, Birmingham, let's see, Utah, Kara's in Utah, another Ohio, Canada, California, Idaho. Oh my gosh, I love this. Let's keep setting our intentions. Another Indiana, yay. By the way, yes, I forgot to mention, I'm in Terre Haute, Indiana. I know there's a bunch of Indiana people coming today, which is super fun. Boston, consistency, sustainability, freedom, and ongoing momentum. I love these intentions. So now that you've kind of taken a moment to anchor in and to just really set in stone, okay, this is what I'm doing. This isn't just another free workshop. This isn't just something that I'm going to put on the back burner. I want you to act like you invested $10,000 in this. Take the notes, do the thing, take action, and really, really, really go for it. Okay, so let's see. Why the heck do we need momentum? So, personal story, one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my business, because remember, I started a long, long time ago when I had no idea. I was very just like following the crowd, doing what people said to do because it worked for them. I would copy their methods. So I would launch for 6 weeks. I would run the model calls, do this, and then wait and do another one 3 months later. I would go to the bridal shows because that's what boudoir photographers were meant to do. Even though the brides in my areas, that was totally not the market for us. That wasn't the area that we should have been focusing on. And I wasted a lot of connections and time that I could have been serving my soulmate clients because I was pushing through cement. I was launching for weeks upon weeks, even after my energy had tanked. I remember one Black Friday, Caleb and I, we didn't have CC yet. Well, I had been planning, we had been writing all the things, scheduling all the posts, like getting the pre-sale done, and then it flopped. We had like no pre-sale bookings. We had maybe one person book a session after booking like 42 the year before and doing our entire calendar. And it crushed me. And I was like, wow, had I followed my intuition and stopped pushing through what wasn't working, I could have saved myself so much disappointment. Have you guys ever been in that situation? Drop it in the comments if you resonate with that, if you can relate, where you push and you push and you plan and you plan and you're like, this is going to be the best launch ever. And then it flops and you're like, wow, that really fucking sucked. What do I do next? Yep. Okay, April says this is me right now. You are not alone. And this is exactly why we're doing this. So I have been there. And this was before I really realized what momentum was, that it's not just a fancy buzzword. It's not just like, oh, I've got marketing momentum. No, it is a strategy, it's an embodiment, and it's something that's not talked about enough. So that's what we're really digging into. Marissa says, I lose my momentum before I even get that far. Okay, so we can use this to work in your favor. So the moment okay, so this was a downfall for not only myself, for a lot of us in the industry. We become robots and we're afraid to break away from the grain. We're afraid to try new things because what was working for us in 2017, 2018, whenever you started, no longer works. We have to shift. Buyer behavior has changed, and I'm going to dig into that here in a bit. But the moment I realized all of that, the moment I realized that like this is not working, I cannot keep doing this just because others are doing it. I have to be innovative. I have to stay in tune with my energy. Monumental growth. It was amazing. Things exploded. So this is just backstory. It hasn't been all rainbows and butterflies. I am not one of those educators who, I don't know, you see people who have like $1 million studios, 6 associates shooting for them. They don't have to shoot as much anymore. Like, no, we're in it. It's just Caleb and I. I don't have any associates. I don't have a big team. So this is just to say, if we can do it, you can do it. And understanding what helps you work and what gives you the momentum and what lights you up, not because it lights up the boudoir photographer down the street and she's got her calendar booked out or he's got his booked out. Let's figure out what works for you. So first up, today is not going to be super, well, it is. It's going to be super motivational and we're going to have fun and there are going to be really exciting celebratory moments. But what we have to do first is acknowledge the fears. And the first part of momentum and having momentum is creating the awareness of what's holding us back. So if you're ready, in the comments, go ahead and just drop in, I'm ready, I'm willing to do it, let's go for it. We're going to use this as a release ceremony. So we are going to dig up all of the yucky, all of the gross, all of the nasty feelings, all of the shitty thoughts that we tell ourselves, and we're going to put them in the comments, and we're going to let each other hold space, and we're not just going to suppress them. So normally what happens is we fear the fear more than the actual action. The fear of the fear holds so many people back more than doing the scary thing. Okay, I'm looking at comments. Let's do this. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, let's get vulnerable. It's going to be squidgy. It's going to feel kind of gross, but you're going to read these comments and say, holy crap, 100 other people are going through the exact same thing that I am. And it's going to help you, one, recognize that you're doing nothing wrong. This is part of entrepreneurship, but it's time to release them. So on a scale of 1 to 10, drop it in the comments so I can see where we're at. How do you currently feel about your business? Right now, your business today, this year, and recognize that this will ebb and flow all of the time. Drop it in the comments. I'm going to grab a sip of coffee. We've got 5s, 6s, 8s, 3s, 2s, 2, 7, 6, 4. We are all over the place. This is good because momentum is going to help you at whatever level you're at. 3.5. I'm at a 7 and an 8. 4. Good. Kate's at a 3. Lexi's at a 5. Shelly's at a 6, 8. Okay. So I want you to realize, just look at your number, see where you're at. There is no judgment. You can be amazing and you can be at a 10, and you can also be amazing and feel like you're at a 1 and just, okay. First, you'll notice that I have these pretty notes, but I'm going to go off on tangents, which is great because it's just whatever decides to channel through. Who is at the point in their business that you feel like, oh my gosh, I've tried everything. I've bought all the things. I've done all of the checklist. I'm doing all the to-dos, but nothing is working. And you feel like, have you ever felt like giving up? Like you're just like, I've done all of the things. Nothing is here. I don't know what to do next. I feel stuck. Okay, here right now, I feel like I've done everything and I want to give up. Yes, yes. Now, who in here is ready to amplify? So you can be at that, I feel stuck, I don't know what to do, but who in here is like, you know what? I think I'm figuring things out. Things are so good, but now I don't want to self-sabotage and drop the ball. Maybe you just had your best month yet. Maybe you just had your highest sale, your dreamiest soulmate client who are singing your praises. And now you're like, but what if they run out? What if I don't have any more clients? What if I've used up all of my sales this month and now I'm not going to make any money next month? Who's in that situation? I'm getting on track, but self-sabotage is my biggest downfall. Felicia says that one's me. I'm trying not to drop the ball, figuring things out and don't want to drop the ball. I've been working so hard and things are starting to pick up. I want to keep going. Usually I burn myself out. I don't want to get there. Oh my God, get out of my head. Crystal, I was so glad that you signed up for this. I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect. So there are totally two different spectrums, but the thing to remember is momentum is needed at all parts. So you could be on that high, having the best time ever. And then that self-sabotage creeps in and we don't do anything. And then you're back to the low. And it's this big feast or famine roller coaster, which gets us in our head. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yes, you do. We know what to do. You have successful businesses. You're building successful businesses. And we don't have to dive into that feast or famine, best month ever to lowest month ever. Let's get the bank account up. Let's crash it down to the ground into the negative. It does feel like a slippery slope, because we haven't yet anchored into the awareness of what are our self-sabotaging patterns, what makes me keep going. And that's what we're going to dig into today. So here we go. The release. I want you to drop into the comments. I'm going to turn on some music. I'm going to read through everybody's. This is going to be a big group release so that we can let all this heaviness out. Because before we can move into taking action and creating the momentum, we've got to release what's no longer serving us. We've got to release all of the things that are deep below that are causing us to stop, that are causing us to freeze. So in the comments, I want you to drop every fear, every heavy thought, anything that's holding you back right now, currently in your business, things that you're annoyed with, expectations you haven't hit yet. Maybe you're annoyed that you haven't had those 5K months. Maybe you're annoyed that one time you had an $11,000 month and now you're stuck back at $4,000 months. Maybe you've had the goal of having a 10K month for like 3 years now, and you just still haven't quite hit it, but you see everybody else in these Facebook groups hitting them, and you're like, oh, maybe you're afraid of failing or disappointing your clients or disappointing yourself or your family. Maybe you're really freaking mad at the algorithm because we keep getting banned and we can't share our art and we get shut down and we get censored, and you're just trying out here to empower women and beautiful humans and to support your family, and the algorithm is sucking your soul. Drop it all. So I'm going to turn on music. I want you to take a few moments to just breathe into this, allow the fears to come up. And when you feel like you've let them all out, I want you to dig deeper. Those horrible thoughts that you're like, I can't even believe I'm thinking this to myself. Let it go. So let's turn on some music. I'm going to read. Okay, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go back to teaching. I'm annoyed that nobody's jumping on my specials. Oh my gosh, this is so good, you guys. I'm holding so much space. I got banned. I'm annoyed with the algorithms that I couldn't continue to grow my business. Procrastination. I'm afraid of failing. I'm fearful that I won't succeed long term. Yes, that this is just like a one-hit wonder and there's no longevity. It's like constantly having a Karen in your head. Keep them coming, dig deeper. I invite you to get at least 7. If you can get at least 7 things that you need to release, let this be your time and space, because we're not going to do it on our own. We just won't take the time to do it on our own. So let's do it in a group effort. I've gotten too many clients that are already prepaying, and I feel like I'm going to end up shooting for the next year and a half, and I won't make any more money because they've all prepaid. That's a big one. I'm so freaking annoyed that no one's going into my model calls. I'm annoyed that I've set up so many fun events. Even if I charge $50 a person, I still can't get people to come. I'm afraid of my group getting ignored. I'm afraid that I'm annoying people. I'm mad at myself for not buckling down and having our family in a better financial place. I want you guys to continue, get your 7 and look at these comments. Look at everybody else going through this too. Fear of failure. Fear of fucking this up so bad that I'll never be able to live on photography alone. I'm overwhelmed about moving countries. My backup plan has crashed so many times. What do I do next? I'm definitely afraid of failing. I've been annoyed that I've been pushing for 10 years and still have the worst business. I'm afraid of success. My mindset is shit. I keep self-sabotaging. I don't know where to find clients. I'm afraid that people will stop booking me, afraid of failing, disappointing my family, not being able to contribute or be a financial supporter. Look at this. There's 40 plus messages I'm scrolling down to. I had a $3,000 year and now I'm barely getting bookings unless I run sales. I'm feeling so frustrated that I'm losing my voice and feeling like a fraud. I've gained weight and it's hard to feel good about myself. Everything is hard. I'm releasing the hard hold on a specific number so that I'll be good enough. I don't know how to market. I can't sustain these high cash months. I'm frustrated with always holding myself back. Whew. Okay. I don't know what to do next. Can we all take a collective deep breath in? These are all of the fears that are going through our heads. Even if you didn't want to look at them, these are every single thought, feeling, emotion, subconscious belief that have been weighing us down. It's no wonder that sometimes business feels hard if we don't give ourselves the space to release these. Cue the tears because all of these are stuck in my head. Oh my gosh, Lauren. Okay. You're in the right spot. We're here to hold space. This is exactly why we need to do this. Because one, when we hop on social media, it looks like everybody's celebrating their wins. It looks like everybody's having $100,000 months and every boudoir photographer is succeeding. And here we are in a dark corner and we can't even get a client. Or we were super successful at one point and it feels like we're going backwards. This is why we're here. We're going to anchor into your momentum. We're going to help you identify what you can do to help. I'm afraid of failing. Bookings have screeched to a halt. You are not alone. So many people. So now that we've done the release, I want you to witness that just because this might have been your same reality, or just because these were your thoughts at one point, they don't have to be your current reality. We don't have to hold on to these, and you are allowed to create new beliefs. So would you guys like to create new beliefs? Do you want to do some subconscious rewiring and integrate with some motivation, with some momentum, with some spark? Do you want to fall back in love with your business? Yes. Oh, I love this. Okay, I'm taking a moment. I'm scrolling through all of your gorgeous faces because I can only see 6 people at a time. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, if you're ready, drop a comment and you're ready. What we're going to do is I'm going to lead us through a subconscious rewiring activation. So if you've ever been on a workshop with me, you know that I love these. I love a good visualization. I love a good subconscious rewiring. So if you're into the science part of this, basically what happens is all of these limiting beliefs that we have, they connect little neurons in our brain. And these are the pathways that become connected. And those are what you think over and over and over again. And if we don't take the intentional time to rewire them into neutral or positive beliefs, reaffirming affirmations about our business, new beliefs that we can cling on to, we're going to keep traveling down that same pathway. So we are going to take intentional time today, right now. I'm going to have you get into a comfy spot. Close your eyes. You can pop your cameras off, but then turn them back on because I like to look at faces. I like to feel like I'm talking to people and not just a PowerPoint. And I'm going to lead us through a subconscious rewiring. If you've never done this, you may feel like some tingly sensations. You may be really emotional and have tears. You may have a burst of energy. Some people get really hot and they're like, let's go take action. So just release any expectations. Allow yourself to feel what needs to come through because it's coming up for a reason. And we're going to do this activation together. And then we're going to dig into actual action steps of what momentum is and how we can transmute it and fix it and find things that work for us. So close your eyes, get into a comfy spot. You don't have to look at anything. You don't have to look at my screen. You don't have to look at me. My eyes are going to be closed too. And go ahead. I have tingly sensations from my carpal tunnel already. Okay, hopefully these are different tingly sensations, more like motivation. But what we're going to do is I invite you to find yourself into a comfortable position. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Really go deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth, whatever feels good. And I just want you to notice what your body feels like right now. Are you super tense? Where are you carrying the heaviness? Where are you carrying the weight of your business in your physical body? Relax your shoulders, wiggle your fingers around, wiggle your toes. Take a deep breath in. Go ahead and stretch your neck from side to side. And if you can do a couple of movements to make you 10 times more comfy, get even comfier, sink into the couch a little more, rest back into your office chair, wherever you're at, and just allow your body to melt into the surface beneath you. And I invite you to envision a golden, sparkly column of light above the crown of your head. This is your crown chakra. We're just going to invite warm, welcoming, positive energy into your energetic field. And allow this light to come through the top of your head and sprinkle down in front of your face and down your neck, behind your neck, and down your spine. Allow this warm golden light to go down your collarbone, all the way deep into your heart chakra. And then let it flow down through your abdomen and into your hips. Go down into your root chakra. And while we're at your root chakra, I invite you to envision roots connecting from the outsides of your hips, going all the way into the center of the earth. You are being supported. You are being held. You are so safe here. There is nothing in this moment that needs your attention. You are divinely guided to right where you need to be. You've got universal light and love from your crown chakra. You've got Mother Earth guiding you and supporting you from your roots, connecting you deep into the center of the earth. And allow this light to just wash over the tops of your legs, behind your knees, until you reach the bottoms of your soles of your feet. One more deep breath in. And now I invite you to do a body scan, going back up to the top of your head, and pull up those thoughts that we just released into the comments. Pull up any limiting beliefs, any negative thoughts that you're telling yourself, any negative stories that you're clinging on to from the industry, any judgments from friends, family, coworkers, whatever feels heavy in your body. I just invite you to scan and notice where you're holding those. Is it in your throat chakra, which makes it hard for you to say what you want to say? It makes you hard for you to speak your truth and connect with those soulmate clients because we're afraid of offending somebody. We're afraid of being too much. We're afraid of being too bold, too vibrant. They're going to think that you're too wild, you're doing too much, that you're too expensive. How dare you charge those prices? How dare you say the things that you're saying on Facebook? I want you to grab all of those stickiness, anything that you weren't quite brave enough to type into the comments of this workshop, hold on to those. And we're going to travel them down the center of your body. Maybe you feel the heaviness in your feet. You've got all of these ideas. You've got all of these great marketing plans and connecting things that you could do to attract those soulmate clients, but your feet feel like they're stuck and we're not taking action. Identify that heavy feeling and envision the bottoms of your feet are a bathtub drain. So you're just going to pop that drain open, and any of the heaviness, any of these limiting beliefs are going to flow out the bottoms of your feet back into the center of the earth. We're going to allow Mother Gaia to take all of these limiting beliefs, all of these negative thoughts, all of these judgments, these fears that keep us from moving forward. We're transmuting them back into the universe, back to the deepest, darkest corners, so far away from us, into neutral energy. They are no longer yours to carry. They are no longer your responsibilities. These are not your thoughts anymore. These are not your true beliefs. These do not have to be your current realities. So when you feel the heaviness draining out of your feet, when you feel like you've done enough, when you feel like you have let go, when you feel yourself starting to lighten up and feel a little bit more relaxed because we just cleared so much heaviness. Go ahead and pop that drain closed. Close up the drain. Bring yourself back to the top of your head. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill all of this empty space. We just cleared so much gunk that now we want to transmute it and fill it with motivation. We're going to fill it with momentum. We're going to do a rewiring process. Take another deep breath in. And I invite you to pull up a vision of your business. Whatever that looks like to you, it could be your studio, it could be your camera, maybe it's your bank account, maybe it's your social media feed, whatever represents your business. And with this vision in your mind's eye, we're going to start connecting the dots. We're going to start pulling those positive beliefs, pulling this momentum into your cellular field, into your energetic field. That way, when you have the tangible action steps, you feel ready to go and you're supported on an even deeper level. So I invite you to imagine that today, after this workshop, you show up in front of your audience with a newfound confidence. My clients are delighted and joyful to spend thousands of dollars with me. My clients are delighted and joyful to spend thousands of dollars with me. My clients are delighted and joyful to spend thousands of dollars with me. Every time I show up on social media, my people are excited and are willing to interact. They cannot wait to connect with me. My business is booming. My business is booming. My business is booming. I cannot annoy my audience because they love to hear from me. I cannot annoy my audience because they love to hear from me. I cannot annoy my audience because they love to hear from me. When I show up as my true self and I speak from the heart, my soulmate clients pop into my inbox. When I show up and speak from my heart, my soulmate clients show up in my inbox. My business is full of creative ideas. I trust myself to take action. I trust myself to take action. I trust myself to take action. My business is in this for the long haul. I am capable of creating longevity. I trust myself enough to try new things. I trust myself enough to try new things. I trust myself enough to try new things. My past experiences do not define me. My past model calls are not an accurate representation of what I'm doing now. It's impossible for me to fail because I'm finding new ways to create. It's impossible for me to fail because I'm finding new ways to create. I am capable and excited to pivot. I am capable and excited to pivot. My business is booming. I have clients who are delighted and joyful to spend thousands of dollars with me. I trust myself. I trust myself. I trust myself to show up for my business. I trust myself to show up for my business. I am committed to success. I am committed to success. I am committed to success. So I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Go ahead and bring yourself back into this moment. Stretch your body, stretch your eyes, grab a drink of water if you have water. Bring yourself back into the present. I want you to just acknowledge what you feel right now. in the comments, how are you feeling? What came through? What sensations did you experience? Did you have any aha moments? Take this time, just like we took the time to acknowledge the fears. I want you to take this time to acknowledge where you are right now and what happened when you took the time to release and recharge. All right, let's see how we're feeling. How was that? Did you like it? Did it resonate? I feel emotional. Light, I have tears. If you guys have the tears, if you had a very strong emotional response, can you identify where that's coming from? Do you feel like that was more of a release, and you were releasing it, or do you feel like it was more of a, this feels so good, I'm willing to go after it again? Notice what the emotions are, and let's see if we can kind of work through those. I feel hopeful, relieved and renewed, lighter, hopefulness, lighter. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are feeling lighter. So good. As soon as you said, imagine your business, a huge smile crept across my face. I feel so enveloped in happiness. I felt heaviness immediately in my shoulders and ankles. I felt lighter. I felt tears. I didn't even know I was releasing. I feel warm and vibrant. These are the things that we don't do because we're so busy trying to figure out the next step. We're so mad and annoyed and caught up in, okay, where's my next client going to come from? We don't take the time to just slow down and tap into what's going on inside of us. We have to fill our cups and we have to slow down enough so that the clients can come in. And the heaviness, I was wondering, I could feel that. I felt my feet really, really heavy. Like we were stuck in the lack of action. And that's where a lot of people experience that is we have these ideas, we just don't move through with them. We feel excited, relaxing, ready to take on the future and make changes. Oh, Gina, I felt my breath and was reminded of my power. The power of when we slow down to breathe. If you guys have never experienced breath work, I highly recommend that. Just tapping into your body, getting out of your mind and into your body is so, so, so huge. I feel lighter, heavy emotional release. I found it hard to say some of those mantras. Some of us, we are so addicted to the struggle. We are so addicted to barely getting by because our nervous system doesn't know how to function. So, this is a little money mindset lesson here. Have you guys ever had a best month ever or had a really great model call and your bank account is like best it's ever been? And then your air conditioner goes out or your car breaks down or your studio gets flooded or whatever and a big expense happens. That's normal because we're addicted to the struggle. Your nervous system doesn't know how to hold wealth. It doesn't know how to hold an overflow of money because we are so used to barely getting by. That's how most of us have lived our entire lives. Whether it's from childhood, whether it's from peer pressure of who we're surrounding with, or whether that's your own story, is we're so used to paycheck to barely getting by with our finances that when we have an overflow of money, we don't know what to do with it. And your ego's response is to say, oh my God, I can't hold this. I don't know how to feel. It feels freaking scary to be this supported. So we spend it or something happens and we have to pay for that. That's your body's way of not being regulated to hold an overflow of clients, support, money, whatever it is. So doing this energetic work and doing the mindset work to tap into, I am safe in success. I am secure with money. I am safe in overflow is so substantial. I felt heavy in my shoulders and my heart, tears of release. I think the tears were a release to admit everything I've been feeling. Yes, so much release. I felt validated. I had the aha moment that none of my beliefs have to be true unless I choose to make them true. So much this. How many times have we created a story or created a belief that when we take the time to dig into it, it's no longer our current reality? Maybe it was true a long time ago, but is that something you want to believe right now? Is that something we want to take with us from here on out? Normally, no. And it's time to anchor in these new beliefs and create new affirmations. Everybody laughs and they're like, oh, yeah, say your affirmations, do your manifesting, but it's so much more than that. It's rewiring your nervous system to feel safe so that your business can succeed. I'm able to breathe knowing that I'm going to succeed and have gratitude and connection. Heaviness in my heart, it felt like a release, a bit emotional. Then, when I finally released, I received huge inspiration just before the end. I got the lightest sensation. I love that. I cried, but it was a release that turned into relief from a sense of hope. This is why we're here. There is so much hope. There is so much hope. I wrote them down to repeat daily. I love this. Hitting the upper limit. This is so huge. Yep. Every time I get money, it's already gone. I don't know how to stop it. We have to create safety and success and safety and wealth. And a huge part of that is tapping into our mindset and doing the uncomfortable work, because yes, marketing is fun. Launching gets to be fun. Photographing, creating amazing artwork is so fun until it's not, because we're stuck in the back end, because we haven't taken the time to focus and fill our own cups. So that's what we're digging into. All right. Now that we did the heavy emotional lifting, now that we released that and we're feeling inspired and we're feeling hopeful, let's dig into momentum, what it actually is, what we can do. So here is where momentum really came about in my head. And this was the gap that I kept seeing in the boudoir industry. So over the last 12 months, I've worked closely with 100 individual boudoir photographers, whether that's in private mentorship, my Proxability Mastermind, group programs, whatever it is, I kept seeing a gap. And if you guys are in Prox, if you guys have been in my world, if you're in behind the scenes, you know that I talk about this. It's the launching gap of, you'll have a successful model call and you'll be like so super excited. I see this all the time. We booked maybe 3 to 12 clients. Maybe you sold out and you booked like 25 in one flash sale or in one model call. And then instead of compounding and instead of building our momentum, we get in our heads like we were at the beginning of this, and we start asking, why am I not getting organic inquiries now? Like, I just did a model call. Why can't I have, where are my organic inquiries? And we sit around and we kept refreshing our email and we keep checking Dubsado and Honeybook. And we're like, where's the inquiries? I'm a successful boudoir photographer. I'm posting on Instagram. I'm doing the things, but they're not reaching out. So then we just get in this energy of waiting and we're stuck. Have you guys ever experienced that? Let me know in the comments. Do you feel me of like, oh, I'm doing so good, and now I don't have organic inquiries, so I'm mad and I'm annoyed and I feel like nothing is working, even though something just worked and it was incredible. Have you ever been there? Because this is where I used to be. I was there. Tina says last week, all too often. I haven't done anything, but I'm stuck. Crystal, like right now. Oh my gosh, it just started raining here. I feel like it's washing away those negative thoughts. I love that. That is incredible. Yeah, so this was the momentum gap. And this is what I kept seeing in the industry, just in groups. And then with my clients, is like this start, stop, start, stop. So you'd have a great month. You'd have this beautiful feast and all of this money. And then you'd fall back into famine because we were waiting for these organic inquiries to come in. Or the opposite is when we fall back into a pattern of hiding because holy moly, we booked 10 sessions, we booked 20 sessions, and our group is on fire or our social media is on fire. And then your ego freaks out and it's like, I don't want to be seen like this, because if I'm seen by more people, it's like a visibility hangover, then I can be rejected by more people. And I had to walk myself through this with this. It was our last workshop. I think we had 45 people in the Go Time workshop, and we've got 180 in this one. That's insane. There was totally a moment of, okay, this is like visibility whiplash. Whoa, all of these people. So it could have been really easy for me to fall back into an old pattern of hiding and be like, oh, we're not going to do this. Like, I'll do this big workshop and then I'm going to close it down. And I'm not going to show up and I'm not going to show out. I'm going to hide. I'm not going to market. This is where momentum comes into place. So this was the gap. And here is my favorite part of the day. If you saw my Facebook post, I posted this last night and I said, organic inquiries don't mean shit. They don't. How many of you have asked a question, wondered what was wrong, wanted to know the magic solution as to why we're not getting organic inquiries? I'm not calling anybody out because we're we're all going through this. This was some of the fly on the wall questions for later this week were like, how do I get more organic inquiries? Like, what do I have to do? So have you ever felt that? Do you feel like, oh my gosh, I want those organic emails. I want people to reach out to me and just book full price sessions all of the time. All of the time. Where are my organic inquiries? Okay. I struggle with hiding. Me, absolutely. So here is the mindset shift. All right. I'm going to go back to this slide and riff on this, on the organic inquiries, and then I'm going to move forward with the next slide. If you have been in the industry for a while, it really was super easy to create a Facebook group, host a bunch of times, and fill your calendar on Black Friday, because in 2015, Facebook groups were new. It was really new, and boudoir was still kind of taboo. But now all of us have groups with like thousands and thousands and thousands of members in them. And all of the people in your group are also probably in 7 other boudoir photographers groups in your area. So we have to have more than just a pretty Facebook group and just, I help empower women and I help empower humans. Come book a session with me. It's time to go deeper. And the first part of that is recognizing that all client inquiries are amazing. We have this like internal bias against model call clients or flash sale clients or whatever. And there's almost a little bit of ungratefulness of like, wow, these 10 flash sale bookings that I got were amazing, but where's my organic inquiries? These 5 Muse sessions are cool, but like, where's my organic inquiries? Have you guys ever felt that? Or I can only sell out a model call, but I don't get, random people finding me on Google. I can only fill up a last minute opening a couple times a year, but I don't have people just reaching out to buy from me. Have you ever experienced that? If so, yep. Here's the shift. They're the same. If you're pricing yourself appropriately and you're marketing yourself appropriately, even if we're only filling by model calls, even if we're only filling by flash sales or creative calls or new ideas, that's perfect. It's still going to get you your average sale. So we are creatives. We're creative entrepreneurs. And the creativity doesn't have to be reserved for just our art. Who here feels like marketing and launching and selling is hard? Have you ever felt like, oh, this is hard. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I'm going. What we wanted to do, so hard for me. Yes, all of the time. Yes. Yeah. I know why. I haven't done anything to get them. I'm always super happy to have all inquiries. This is perfect. Exactly. Your session fees aren't where you make money, so it doesn't matter how we're getting them in. When we can release the chokehold that organic inquiries have on us, we can actually get into our business and do the next thing. So this is the gap. This is the gap of, okay, we do the model call and now we want organic booking, so we're not going to do anything. We post on Instagram, we post the body positivity quote, but we're not connecting on a deep level. We're sitting around and we're waiting. We're waiting for them to flow in, but our audience doesn't owe us anything. And that's one of my next slides. I'm scared to try something now. Yes, daily. If I knew how, I would be 100% fine. That gives me an emotional hangover. Yes, because I'm a mess. You're not a mess. This is normal. Okay. So marketing and selling should be just as fun as the shooting. You get to be so excited to market your business because it's connecting with your potential soulmate clients. Can we shift the idea that marketing has to be boring and flat and salesy? Selling is just connecting. A lot of you in here were in the Selling is Sexy masterclass that I did back in May. And when we got down to it, selling is just connecting. It's just talking to your clients. It's just showing up as you. It doesn't have to be hard and it doesn't have to feel pressury. But we have all of these weird preconceived notions from probably childhood, where you think of the pushy car salesman trying to get you to buy the janky car that's going to fall and break down on the side of the road. But then we also have those infomercials that were on late at night, and it's like, but wait, there's more. Add on this and this and this. That's not selling. That's weird, outdated. That's not us. They're not boudoir photographers. Your selling gets to be so connected. Your selling gets to be so easy. It gets to be so fun. And if it's not fun, there's a disconnect. So instead of sitting around and waiting, let's get up and do something. We want to be shifting. It should be exciting for us as entrepreneurs to create our next offer. Launching gets to be so fun because we're creatives. We get to be creative in our marketing too. So don't run the same model call over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Switch it up. Call it something new. One of my favorite ways to sell a session that's not actually on discount or anything else is take a picture of one of your bonuses, call it a muse call, say you're feeling inspired, say you got a new lens that you want to try out and you just need somebody to come in and help you. People love to help. So if you can position them as the muse, okay, this goes into the Go Time workshop, knowing if your audience is adrenaline based or nurture based. If you are to say, oh, my audience doesn't respond to last minute openings, I put one up and they never book out, how can we have more fun with marketing that? Instead of saying, hey, I have a last minute opening for August 15th, come on in. They're not going to take action on that because they don't feel worthy of investing in themselves. They feel too busy with, their kids going back to school or whatever. How we get to position that is, oh my gosh, I just took this really cool workshop for boudoir. I'm investing in my education and I have all of these new ideas. I have all of these new things to try. I'm feeling so inspired. I need somebody to come help me. I need somebody to come help me test out these ideas, put this inspired action, throw up an application, have people apply. They love to help. People love to help. You're still filling that August 15th date, but to them, it's the mindset, it's the subconscious trigger of, oh, I want to help her. I want to help them. Pick me, choose me. It's such a shift. So that's a different conversation, but there's a little sneak peek into that. So buyer behavior has changed. It has changed so much. So yes, we could use the economy because that has shifted things. So let's shift, let's pivot and figure out new ways to where our audience responds to us. So try a muse call, do a creative call, creative call, flash sale, last minute opening, a new bonus set, a past client deal. They're all the same thing. They're all filling your calendar. You could have the same discount for each one, but the way you market it is set up completely different to where it attracts the buyer. We just get so stuck in our robotic ways of doing the same thing over and over again. Do you feel me? So I challenge you to stretch yourself, and whatever you would normally do to get bookings of like, oh, scarcity is creeping in. I need to run a flash sale. I need to run a model call. How could you shift this to make it more fun for the client? What if you don't have a social media group? I don't have one. I don't really want one either. A ton of my mastermind clients, they don't have social media groups. I just did a whole program on offline marketing. You can do this the same way. You can market in person, connect with local chambers, connect with local groups, create a local society of entrepreneurs who are doing the things to expand your audience. You don't have to just apply this. Marketing and keeping your momentum up is applicable to any type of business, whether you're in a Facebook group or you're not. So let's talk about when we do something, like we do try a new model call, you go out, you try this new thing because you're feeling all inspired today, and then it flops. One, let's just recognize that nothing's a flop. That's just our ego trying to tell us, you suck, don't do it, go hide in your hole, go be scared. Crystal's laughing, but like, I know it's true. We've all felt this. We do something, we're like, well, it didn't work. Okay, so go do something else. Like, let's try again. We are creative people. If you take a shitty shot during the session, do you put the camera down and walk away and say, this is it? That looks terrible. We are done. No, we get curious. We move the lighting, we shift the posing, and we say, how can we fix this? Why are we allowing ourselves to stop when something doesn't feel right or when something doesn't, quote unquote, meet our expectations in a marketing launch? So this brings me to my next point. Also, I forgot to warn, like, I know that advertising for Momentum was very light and bright and cheerful and like, come on in, but like tough love Kiara's here. And it's with love and it's with like raising the vibration. Lexi's smiling on this too because she knows she's in the mastermind. She's just like, oh, I hate our phone calls because you call me out every single time, but it's always for the best. I'm rising us to the occasion, okay? So here's another thing is the way we can shift our mindset around marketing and to keep the momentum up is focus on the one next booking, not 40. How many people are like, I'm going to book out my whole calendar with my Black Friday sale? And you're so pumped up and you want 27 sessions booked because then you're booked into July of 2024 and we feel like that'll fix our problems. Raise your hand or drop it in the comments. Have you felt that? Like your launches, you want 20 to 30 bookings or else you consider it a failure. Me, yeah, always. If we booked 40 people at that time, which is great, people do it all the time, you can do it. 2 weeks later, your ego is still going to jump back in and say, oh my God, what if I run out of clients? What if I run out of money? It's always going to be there. So we're always pushing against the grain unless we have that awareness that we did back in the beginning and recognize the self-sabotaging patterns. So when you go to launch your next offer, let's ground deep into gratitude for the 1, 2, 3 people who booked and get so freaking excited. Approach it with curiosity of what worked, what didn't work. Okay, cool. Let's adjust it and move on to the next thing. So I have a program right now. It's called Backstage Broadcast, where I basically just go into Voxer and I tell them everything that my studio is doing in the month. And before we hopped on last night, I was writing this out and putting the finishing touches. I went back and looked at what I did in June. June was a $50,000 month. And I looked at what we did. We did a couples model call. We did 2 last minute openings, 2 separate times, one at the beginning of the month, one at the end. We did a past client deal where past clients could come in for a discounted session fee rate. We did I have to pull it up. I counted, there were 9 different offers that we did. 9 different things that we did in the month of June. Now, you're going to say, oh my gosh, but what if my audience is confused? What if I confuse my audience? Where is your self-trust that you are attracting smart, intelligent, self-led humans into your world who can understand that, oh, she's running a bridal call. That's not for me right now. So then the next week, you have a last minute opening and you're talking about the busy mom who just survived summer with her kids home and now they're going back to school. So, oh my gosh, yes, Kiara, you're speaking right to me. Let me go celebrate surviving summer, getting the kids back in school and taking you up on that last minute offering. Okay, can you feel the shift? Each offer has a different target audience. Within our web of soulmate clients, you're going to have multiple different people. And this is where you get to bring the tangibles into your marketing instead of just saying, I have an opening, I'm running a model call. I'll move on to the next page because I think we'll get into that. Hold on. It's our job to paint the picture and connect the dots of why they need the service, give them the opportunity. So launching doesn't have to drain our energy. It doesn't have to feel hard and fun. It can literally be shifting just a few things and shifting what you're saying so that they are resonating. This is subconscious marketing. We're painting the picture as to why they need the session instead of, you'll save money by booking this flash sale, by booking this model call. A lot of the times it's not the investment. They use it as an excuse. People say it's the money, but none of our clients here are wealthy. They're very average Indiana clients, regular. They prioritize, they utilize the prepayment plans, they make it work because they have connected the subconscious dots that your posts are speaking to them. Does that make sense? I'm checking comments. I've been trying to rewire my brain since that last Zoom I was on, and you said focus on 1, not 40. Exactly. If we can focus on that one next one, then you get to close that energy loop. So think of each launch as an energetic loop. Once you book that one, cool. Let's move on to the next one. Get creative. So 1, you're not burning yourself out. You're not self-sabotaging by stopping the momentum and sitting in the, ooh, I only booked 2. No, that's freaking amazing. Go celebrate those 2 and be so grateful for those 2 that they said yes to you when there's a billion other boudoir photographers that they could have gone to. Our audience does not owe us anything, and we can't annoy our audience. So how many of you have not sent out an email, have not posted about your model call again because you're like, oh, they're going to unsubscribe, they're going to leave my group, they're going to unfollow me on Instagram because I'm going to annoy them. I've talked about it too much. I shouldn't post again. I've already posted once today. Guilty, guilty. Yeah. When you surround yourself in the bubble of my soulmate clients are not annoyed at me. They are literally like salivating at the mouth, waiting for me to drop my next offer. How many times did I post about momentum? How many times have I posted about dominate? If you're friends with me on Facebook, it's going to be like a lot. Same with our sessions. Now, I don't post fluff. What I've done in the beginning is I did all of the engagement and I did, like we're posting 20 times a day or whatever. We've got the games. But as Facebook evolved, everybody's group started doing that. Small shops, mom groups, everybody has this or that's in games. It wasn't like, didn't have that punch on my audience. I have clients that it still works for, and that's amazing. But you have to recognize what's working and what's not working for your business. So for me, they stopped responding to that. We were wasting time and energy scheduling all of these things. So what we do now is organic marketing. What do I want to sell? Boudoir sessions. So what do I show? Boudoir sessions, paired with that tangible marketing of connecting the dots, giving them the stories, going deeper than just, oh, you'll look good in photos. Oh, you'll save money on this sale. So you truly cannot annoy your soulmate clients. And if they are annoyed, they will leave. And just because they leave right now does not mean they won't come back. I have people leave my group who have then come back and booked a session. I have had people who have done phone calls and they said no at the time and they come back 5 years later. Also, I have lurkers in my group. I had a client last month. She had been in the group since the beginning for 7 years. She had never commented. She had never interacted. I did not know her name because I had never seen her participate. She booked our nurses sale that we did in May because that was just the one tipping point for her. She connected with, wow, I'm a healthcare worker. I positioned it in a way that I'd never had, even though most of our clients are healthcare workers. And that right there was the tipping point. So don't discount your lurkers. Don't discount the people who don't interact because they're there supporting you. And you also just get to use that to like boost your ego to say, okay, if they leave, they weren't going to book with me anyway. Celebrate the unsubscribers. I would rather clear that energetic space so new people could come along. Okay, so tips. You're not a big corporation. Show your relatability, not just relatability in panic mode. So a lot of us can get super vulnerable and deep when we need money and when we need bookings, but we don't have that compounded consistency to carry it out on the regular. So show up as yourself again and again and again and again. Let's not market in scarcity mode. So a lot of us can just like kill it for a launch and then we ghost. We post and we ghost and we don't touch our group and we don't respond to comments. Here's my next question. When's the last time you genuinely connected and conversed with your audience? Not just responding with the heart emoji and saying, yay, thanks. Yes, she slayed. No, genuine conversation, building connections. When is the last time that you asked them questions back, that you spent time in your audience? You don't owe them anything. It's not their job to book with us. It is our job to set the space, to build the connections so that they feel the pull, they feel inspired to book. We have to put in the effort. I mean, businesses require effort. I don't care how many years you've been an entrepreneur. Yes, I love ebbs and flows and I love peace and I don't love hustling all the time, but you can be in a season of hustle. Recognize when you're in a season of growth and when you're in a season of scaling back and rest, because you will ebb and flow, but it's our responsibility to recognize where we're at. Gina says, I'm going to have to listen to this over and over and over. Isn't it great? I'm loving it. I tell myself that people love my chaos. They do. They thrive on it. We're relatable. They're like, wow, I connect with her. She's not going to judge me when I come stripped down on camera. Social media is so hard for me to stay connected. 5-minute timers have really helped. 5 minutes a day. So go respond to Instagram for 5 minutes and then put your phone down and don't come back until the next day. And if that means only responding to 2 comments in those 5 minutes because you're making genuine connections, that's perfect. Nothing says you have to respond to every single person every day. Nothing says you have to post every day. You get to mix and match this for what works best for you. It's just making sure that it's intentional and it feels good when you do it and it's not just fluff. Okay. Soulmate content that speaks from the heart and connects. So again, when you're responding, when you're creating, when you're posting, a lot of us love to pre-schedule our content. Make sure you give yourself the space to get inspired. So if you're going to sit down and schedule content for the month, grab your favorite tea, grab your favorite coffee, clean your desk, put on the music, give yourself the environment that will inspire you to help keep this momentum going. Not just, oh, I have to schedule content. I don't want to do this. This is such a hassle. Like, get yourself excited. Get into the environment that'll give you momentum. Okay, I'm going to go back to this slide because I got ahead of myself. Compounded consistency. If you've ever worked with me, you know I say this probably 7 times a day inside of Voxer. Compounded consistency. Keep it going. Keep it going. You can be in a flow, but still have compounded consistency. So recognize that normally abundance comes when you're creating and when you're serving in your business because you're too enthralled, you're too in the zone, you're too busy connecting and conversing and creating that you don't have time to complain about the lack of organic inquiries. So I mentioned earlier that when we were in this season of like, get a high month, go back down, get 7 bookings, go back down, and we're just waiting for somebody to reach out, waiting's the lowest vibration. It blocks us from being able and being open to receive. Like it's as low as like sadness and fear and things like that. It's very low vibe. We don't want that. So let's go take action. So if you feel like you are in this phase of, I'm stuck, I don't know what to do, what can we do? What can you go create? Can you go live in your group? Can you go share your favorite past session and re-speak? Go share old pictures. If you don't have clients right now, go share your favorite sneak peeks, but speak to them on a deeper level. Get really raw and honest. I'm not saying like air your dirty laundry on Facebook, but create content that connects with them. Compounding consistency is key. Subconsciously, it also shows your audience that everyone else is doing it too. So they might as well book a session. So if you are showing up and posting and sharing tips and tricks and connecting with your audience, posting pictures of you cleaning the studio, you guys, it could be, everything is content. Everything is content. We don't have to make it hard. If you take one thing away, just remember everything is content and keep the momentum going. You could walk into your studio and not have a session at all this month and take a picture and be like, wow, I'm loving the light in here. The things that we can create with this magic. I'm so excited for my next shoot. That's content. That's the subconscious trigger of, wow, she's at the studio. She's excited for her next session. People are booking boudoir shoots. I should too. It's the simplest little shifts. Okay, so we went over our audience doesn't owe us anything. We can't annoy our audience. So what I want you to do, this was a lot, real quick, check in. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments. Are we feeling motivated? Can you identify the shifts of like, oh, I see where I'm self-sabotaging. I see where I'm getting stuck in this start-stop. Lexi's already taking action. This is amazing.
Can you go back one slide?
I'm scrolling up. Every time I'm in your presence, something hits me, Sierra. I freaking love that. People went nuts for my new couch post. Exactly. Everything is content and it's the compounded consistency of keeping it going, even when things feel slow. Let's see. I swear I make that content so much more complicated than I need to. Yeah, most of us do. Feeling motivated. I feel the push now. Thank you. I'm feeling in love with you and your mastermind. This is so good. Just what I needed. Oh my gosh. The mastermind's enrolling for next month. But Dominate is a mini mind and that's enrolling right now. I'll give you guys details on all that later, but it's so fun. I'm both motivated and overwhelmed. I'm just worried about trying to engage because I don't want to be stuck on socials. 5-minute rule. You do not have to be a slave to your phone. Inside of Proximability yesterday, we talked about deleting social media from our phone. I told them, I said, delete the apps off your phone. We're spending so much time doom scrolling. You're spending so much time waiting for that inquiry and just blinding yourself that we're not taking action. A lot of the times we feel like, oh my God, I work my business. Like I'm on my phone 11 hours a day. When really, if we took away the apps and we gave ourselves 2 hours of compounded, uninterrupted work time, we could probably squeeze in most of our workday into a very tiny consolidated bits and pieces when we start treating our business like a business and stop trying to squeeze it into the nooks and crannies of our life. You would be amazed at what your momentum does and how you feel towards your business. You may be harboring some resentment if you're out here doing all the things, trying to squeeze in beautiful content and soul connecting wording while you're on the way to get your oil changed. Give your business the time it deserves, even if it's only 2 hours a week. Consolidated time, uninterrupted time is going to be huge for your growth. I've been writing down ideas that popped in my head as you were talking. Ideas just came flooding through. I love that. I hold content on a pedestal and I feel like it has to be perfect and amazing. Thank you so much for bringing this up. One of my favorite mottos, mantras, whatever you want to call it. Get ready. If you guys are taking notes, take notes on this. Also, hold on. I got to stand up and show you my boots. They are pink. They match my jacket because I wanted to feel fired up, and this has got me fired up. All right. Content does not need to be perfect. Never, ever, 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 ever. Businesses who have A-level content, I should have made this a slide. Businesses who have A-level content, no spelling errors, perfectly punctuated, perfectly timed out, that is where businesses go to die. Okay? That is not an exaggeration. Businesses with 100% perfect content all of the time is where businesses go to die because you get stuck in the land of procrastination and overwhelm and the fear of rejection that you don't take action. Your content does not have to be perfect 100% of the time. One of my biggest launches ever, I spelled a word wrong in an email that was supposed to be like captivating soul, like book this boudoir session because of that. And I spelled a word wrong. My application page is like, yes, proofread and take some time to like intentionally think it through. But if you are feeling it, go for it. Thank you so much. I'm so very excited about them. I love pink. It was fun. So thanks for the love on those. B-level content is businesses. That's where businesses go to have slow growth. So you don't just post when you're feeling it. You're like, okay, I have an idea. I'm going to table this right now. And then when I go to schedule content, I'm going to like pull up all of my ideas and think them through. And you've lost the big hit. You've lost the big motivation because you tabled it, because you thought that you had to wait until you looked perfect before you went live. You thought you had to wait before you completely thought it out before posting it. Okay. C-level content. So the entrepreneur who posts whenever you're ready to go, you're inspired, you're putting it out there, you're showing the behind the scenes of your business, you're going live, you're connecting, you're being vulnerable. That's where businesses have super fast exponential growth because you're not obsessing over procrastination. You're not letting fear stop you and you're just going for it because you are under the belief that your soulmate clients don't care. They don't care. And you trust that your audience is smart enough to figure it out. Do you guys resonate with that? Content doesn't have to be perfect. And perfect content is actually slowing you down. How often do you suggest posting boudoir posts versus engagement stuff in our group? It's going to vary person to person. So for me, I usually post about, if I'm not in a launch. So this week I was focusing on this. So we're not launching anything at the studio right now. I have some wardrobe consults and sessions. It's like 3 boudoir images a day. I don't have engagement posts. I just connect with people and have them carry the conversations. When I do a launch, it's about 4 to 7 boudoir images a day with the like soulmate content, etc. Speaking to the subconscious mind. I actually tested a framework with 3 of my private clients in July, and Andrea's on here. She did it. They sold out all of their last minute openings. They're like, last minute openings don't work for me. It doesn't work. It's never worked. My audience doesn't respond. I created a framework, gave it to them. They implemented each one of them, sold them out. That's the framework I'm teaching in Dominate. So there are like tangible strategies of, okay, tell me what to post, when to post. But the exciting thing is a framework is not a copy and paste. It gives you the ability to ebb and flow and put your own twist. It gives you the ability to freestyle. So I love a good framework that you can copy and paste, but then add your own zhuzh, because everybody's business is different. You guys could have my exact studio, my exact artistry, edits, pricing in the same location, and we could have vastly different businesses because everybody's brain is different. That's why it doesn't help to just copy and paste what everybody else is doing. That's why we use the framework. We figure out what works great for us, and then we freestyle into our own way. And that means taking the time to recognize when we're just slowing ourselves down and we're not holding ourselves accountable and doing the thing. Okay. Lexi says, deleting the apps have been weird, but amazing. My subconscious is like, girl, I told you the more you post anything boudoir related, that means more people will feel the FOMO and want to join. Yeah, I feel like we've overcomplicated marketing. Like, what do we want to sell? Boudoir sessions. So what are we going to show? Boudoir sessions. And then we let our content get into the soulmate, what our voice wants to say. Crystal says, I feel like I just got spanked and I liked it. That's literally my whole, it's all like pink and fun and like super flirty, let's be bubbly. And then it's like you get inside and I'm like your marketing dominatrix, okay? Like, I love it. That's so good. I love it. Courtney says, I can't wait for Dominate. I know, I'm so excited you're in. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Being in the Kiara portal is perfect blend of woo-woo and work. It's amazing. I love this. What if we don't have our own studio? Rent hotels, rent Airbnbs, do a weekend marathon, shoot outdoor boudoir. There are so many different things that you can do. I used to shoot out of our house for years. We had a tiny little 2-bedroom apartment. It was like literally smaller than the size of this one wall we're doing this video on. And we were still having $1,000 sales in a little apartment. Okay. When you say post 4 to 7 times a day leading up to a launch and are connecting with clients, no, I don't make separate, but like what I'm posting is like the picture of a session photo, and that's when I'm connecting and like speaking to my soulmate clients. Honestly, all of my content, I'm speaking to my soulmate clients. I don't really post fluff. Occasionally I'll post a sneak peek and be like, oh my gosh, today's babe slayed. But when I'm wanting to share work in the middle of a launch, it's deep, it's thought out, it's complete. Does that make sense? Dominatrix Barbie. I freaking love that. Okay, I have action works for you guys today. Action steps that you guys can take and implement. So we have a huge mindset shift, right? We have a huge like, ooh, I'm excited. Hold on. I was asking about content posts. I would rent studios local to me. I was just trying to figure out how you can get content to post if you don't have a studio to post about new and future sets. You post a behind the scenes picture of your face that says, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm planning this new thing. You take a picture of lingerie on the hanger at your house if you don't have it at the studio. Literally anything is content. This is just an example of us like overcomplicating things. If you're renting an Airbnb, like take a photo of the Airbnb and be like, I cannot wait to shoot this. Go take self-portraits. Go take self-portraits wherever you're at your house and make the content. It gets to be so easy and it gets to be really fun. So action steps for today. I want you, and I will post the screenshot of this in the Facebook group so that you guys can go back and relook at this. I want you to challenge yourself to share something radically different than what you would normally share on a Wednesday. Something radically different that your audience is just going to be like, what? You're going to make them stop their scroll. Something that is personable. Maybe it's vulnerable, a human moment, relatability. Maybe you have an embarrassing moment that you've never shared. Go share it with them. Let them feel safe to mess up in your presence. Because what happens is we're these like badass, super cool entrepreneurs, empowering women and doing the thing. And our online presence can make us look bigger than our actual humanness. And some people can actually be intimidated and we don't even realize it. So let them go see your humanness. Go share an embarrassing moment. Right before we got on this call this morning, I was like, got a cute outfit. I'm so ready. Ran into the counter, fell down, bruised my hip. Last night in the mastermind, I was on Voxer. I was in the middle of a riff. I was like, yes, this is what we're going to do during your reveal. So it doesn't take you 2 hours. You're going to guide your clients. I tripped over a paint can, fell down, hit my head on the truck wheel. And in the Voxer message, you hear me going, okay, so make sure they're not. And then I say, oh my God. And I fell. Lexi's laughing, but like, yeah, be human. Show them who you are. So connect with them on a genuine level, share embarrassing moments, share wins, share hopes and futures, what you're dreaming of. That's your action step. Some prompts that you can ask yourself are, what's something that's been hard that I'm navigating that my audience could understand? Where can you connect on like a mental health level, or even something as simple as, I know that a lot of us are struggling in here. Here is my post to hold space for you. Feel free to vent out whatever you need, to release whatever you need. Tonight at 10 o'clock, I'll be turning off the comments so that we can keep this group high vibration and uplifting. But right now I'm holding space for you to let out your fears, to let out your worry. It can be as simple as that. So the embarrassing moments that you wouldn't dare share because you want to look professional, you want to be so polished. No, let them see that. Trust that your audience is ready to break down the walls and become your online BFFs. By the time they walk into your studio, they should feel like they already know you. That's what I hear all the time is, I feel like I've known you for years and I'm just now meeting you. Exactly, because I'm the same person online that I am in person when they meet me at the studio. They get to follow along our growth. Your business is a personal brand. And even if your business is very businessy and you have the long-term goal of having associates take over, you can still let your team be playful. You can still let your team have human moments and show that in your content. Another prompt is, what am I currently looking forward to in my life? Sincerely, like not all of these sessions, I'm so excited. Yeah, we've got so many amazing babes. Obviously, we're excited about those. That's our job. What can you really get down, like on a nitty-gritty level? What are you truly looking forward to in life that would bring substance to your community? All right. I just took a photo of my space and going to post about being in a class to be better and show up better for them. I love this. If you do that all the time, keep going. Compounded consistency. Take the action to allow yourself to get inspired, to create momentum, and to not back down when you feel like, I'm doing this already. I'm doing it all the time and I'm not seeing the reward. It's compounded consistency. It's doing the things, even when it feels slow, you keep showing up. So in the comments, what's your next marketing move? What did you think of today? What got you inspired? How can you get uber curious on your previous launch? So what's your next marketing move? What do you feel like you want to go do now? And then what can you take from whatever you launched previously? Could have been last month. It could have been 3 months ago, whatever your last sale promo. How can you get curious to then help better your next launch? And then the third action step for the day, what accountability can you place on yourself to take action? And a lot of you I see in the comments, you're already doing that. You're already posting, you're already taking action. That's freaking incredible. Sierra says, I just shared about investing in myself with the Rocketbook. I just posted a picture. I'm building out my email list and taking new headshots. Might try to take some behind the scenes. This is amazing. Reba says, I'm going to fix my model call form and use it to post about needing help with my Halloween ideas. This is so, so good. So you guys, what's your next marketing move? How are you feeling now? How was this little wake up, this little jolt? And what action steps are you going to take today so that you can continue building momentum in your business? It doesn't have to be up and down. It doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to feel like you're stretching yourself thin and you're burning yourself out. And maybe your action step looks like monitoring your work time and putting in more consolidated work. That way it's more intentional and you're not just trying to squeeze it in here and there between panic sessions. Changing from constantly posting engagement posts to actually marketing my business and my group. focusing on getting clients in this month and not booking myself out fully for a year. Exactly. Just focus on that one next one. And another tip is when you go to make a post, if you have a large audience of, 500, 4,000, 10,000 people in your group, don't speak to all of them. One of my favorite prompts to ask myself is, what does my audience need to hear today? And you just close your eyes, take a deep breath, tap in, and you're only speaking to that one next person. You're not trying to convince an entire group of people to book a session today. No, you're speaking to that one client who needs to hear your message. And that takes so much pressure off of you when you're just focusing on that one next booking. More can come in. We're always open and ready to receive more, but release the expectation of, I have to book out my calendar with this one launch. If you do that, you're going to be really bored, because we're not going to have anything to launch in 2 months from now because we booked everything out. Doing more relatable content rather than the super planned out content, and do more in my business related posting rather than engagement posts that barely anyone comments on anyways. Exactly. I took a photo of me right now and I'm posting about new education to help my clients better, slowing down, being more intentional. Ooh, and also working on the offline things. Yes, offline marketing ended on Monday, and we've got so many ideas from that. That was super fun. I'm going to take content off a pedestal. I love this. Okay, that's amazing. So, really remember, I will post these 2 slides today in the Facebook group so that you guys can see them, look at them, remind yourself to take action. And here is what is next. Later this afternoon, how many of you are in the fly on the wall? There were the 30 that got in for the freebie bonus. There were the extra 20 that get to listen in. There were those of you who just bought tickets. Okay, fly on the wall starts today, probably later this evening. I'm not even going to lie. I have a boudoir consult after this, and then I'm going to go be mom to Cece. And then once she's down in bed tonight, we are hopping into Voxer and we're doing fly on the wall. So what that is 30 people submitted questions, coaching questions, kind of like what you guys were doing in the comments here. You guys submitted questions, and it's an app on your phone that I am going to voice message, and I get to answer all of those questions. It's basically like a private podcast for you on all things business, marketing, content, all of the things. So if you guys want to hop in to fly on the wall, you get to listen in and basically get a sneak peek inside this small coaching container. So it's really fun. It's going to be over the course of 3 days. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Confused on Voxer, that's how it works. So you download the Voxer app, you send me your username, I add you into a private group chat, but it's not annoying like a big group chat. You guys won't be able to send messages or anything. You'll just get to listen to all of the podcast questions that the first 30 people submitted. Super excited about that. Love it. So that's starting this evening if you want to get in. But if you're feeling the pull to go deeper, and if you want something super juicy and exciting, and you're like, yes, I love the tough love, I want the compounding consistency. If you want to get into the actual framework of how do I do this? What do I post? How do I get that subconscious marketing, like the real juicy tangibles? That's the mini mind. That is Dominate. It's for boudoir photographers who are trying to scale to $5,000, $10,000, and $15,000 consistent months. So I'm going to teach you how to use marketing to sell, not just using marketing to say, hey, I take pictures, hire me. I'm going to show you how to have a deeper understanding of how your audience buys. That way you can understand your buyer behavior. And then I'm going to show you all of the frameworks that we use for creating sustainable success, not just having a random 12K month and then bumping back down to 3K. We are here for sustainability and long-term. So Fly on the Wall starts today. Dominate starts on the 28th. You guys, since you did this, you can save $500 and join by Sunday. If you want to get on that, feel free to DM me. You'll get an email with all of these links and stuff too. Okay, let me catch up on comments. There's a lot of you here. I love this. Okay, so if I sent my username via email, I should have it. Yep. If you email me back like the email said to, you're good. I'll add you in tonight. How do you make it to where people can't respond in the group chat? It's through the Voxer app. You do a broadcast. There's 2 different buttons you can click, and you just click broadcast instead of chat room. Yes, it has me so excited. I cannot wait for Dominate to begin. I'm always just obsessed with your sparkly, vibrant light and beautiful graphics. Thank you so much. It is so fun. We were talking about this in Prox this morning. Felicia was like, I love how you get dressed up and get excited about your launches. This is how marketing gets to be for our boudoir businesses. You get to put on fun outfits. You get to go live. You get to get excited about your launches and your promotions and do it from a place of overflow and connecting with your people instead of like, oh my God, I have to do a model call and get booking. So it's super fun. Literally signing up for Fly on the Wall right now because I'm needing all of it and more here, kicking my ass with love. It is. It's like tough love, but wrapped up in a hug. So pumped for both. I'm so glad you're in. You're so welcome. I missed the online stuff. I'm wanting to be in on the know. Okay, if you email me, I can catch you up on everything. You guys can message me on Facebook. You can email me, whatever. I'm so hyped for Dominate. I need to get over my anxiety for lives. It takes time. It really does. Holy moly. I just stopped screen sharing. I could not see all these people. I didn't realize we had that many. This is amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was a motivational boost. I hope it was a kick. I hope it has you feeling something. The replay is available for 72 hours. So our group will be live for 72 hours and then it'll go away. Oh my gosh, you just joined Fly on the Wall. That's amazing. I'm excited. That'll happen tonight. I'm on Eastern time, so it's probably going to be like 10 o'clock my time. Just you don't have to be live for that. You can listen to the messages whenever. Thank you guys so much. If you have questions, like I said, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook. You can email me back. This will be available for 72 hours. Your Dominate discount is good until Sunday. You can join Fly on the Wall until today. If you join after tonight, you can't scroll back and listen to the older messages. So if you want to do it, I think it's like $22.22 right now, you guys. It's a no-brainer. So you can hop in there. Otherwise, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go get ready for my consultation. Did you guys have fun? Thumbs up if you did. Thank you so much for joining. This was amazing. You know how to reach me. And otherwise, I will see you guys in whatever Kiara portal you decide to go to next. Go take action. Go create momentum. Give yourself hope. Give yourself the momentum that your business deserves. I'll post the screenshots of those last 2 slides for you guys too. All right, everybody. See ya.